Welcome back, everybody. Justin here, aka Brew Daddy. Getting ready to do some brewing here today. We're going to make a lager. It's called Bohemian Dream Lager. But before we get started, real quick, I wanted to give a shout out here to 5 Star Chemicals. I like to use their Star Sand. They also have plenty of other cleaning supplies and sanitizers that you can use for your homebrew equipment. They work out great. They're top of the line. You ask anybody, they know about Star Sand and they know about 5 Star Chemical. They're a name brand in home brewing, and if you need any sort of cleaning supply or sanitizer, go with 5 Star Chemical because they're the best. Alright guys, I've got water at 162 degrees here. I'm just going to take my scissors and open my 2 packs of malt here, Vienna malt and Pilsen malt. Just cut them right open. We're going to add both of these malts to 1 grain bag. Just both of them right in one. I don't have my assistant here to help me, so I'm just going to do this on my own here. You want to tie a knot up here somewhere so that these grains can move freely while they're steaming. Lots of room in there. And we can go ahead and add this right now because this is, like I said, about 162, 163 degrees. Swish it around in there, make sure all the grains get wet. Get nice hot water. Extra hanging out a little bit, like, I don't know if you can see that, like over the side there a little bit. And I just rest my lid on it, turn the heat right off. These grains need to steep for 30 minutes in here, so you can sit right in here just like that for 30 minutes. I'll come and check the temperature every 5-10 minutes or so to make sure we're staying in the range. And after that, we need to bring it to a boil, and we'll add some hops, and then we add the malt extract. Okay, 30 minutes is over. So now we take our grains that have been steeping out. The directions say use a colander. I'm just going to use this spoon. Don't mind that. That's just the dog making noise down there. And my assistant is going to pour hot water on this. That's why I like having 2 pairs of hands. Makes it a lot easier.
Some people tell you not to squeeze a sack. Some people squeeze sacks. We're not sack squeezers here. You can be a sack squeezer if you want, but we don't squeeze sacks here.
We don't squeeze our sacks.
Some people do.
We drain our sacks.
What is it, the terpenes?
Tannins.
Tannins, okay.
Tannins. Don't know a lot about tannins, but I know it's a word. So look it up.
And it happens if you squeeze your sack.
That's what happens when you squeeze your sack. When your sack's done draining, just set it off to the side. And now what we need to do crank our heat right up, and we need to bring this to a boil. And then I'm gonna do real quick. I'll let you in on a little secret here among the Mr. Beer brewing world. You get one of these little yeast packets with every can of the malt extract that you get. So every time you brew, you get one of these. And this recipe actually calls for lager yeast, a different kind of yeast. So what I'm going to do with this yeast that they sent to us, I'm going to dump it in here right now so that it boils with my water and my hops. And what that's going to do is it's going to kill this yeast. And later on, my lager yeast is actually going to feed off of that dead yeast, and it's going to make them that much stronger and more willing to convert my sugars into alcohol. So that's all you need to do with that. A little, almost like a yeast starter, kind of. Not really, but yeast nutrient, I guess. So now we just wait for this to boil, and it has to boil for 5 minutes, and then after 5 minutes we add the hops, and so I'll see you at that point. Okay, our 5 minutes is over with our boil. We haven't added our hops yet. We're going to add them now. As soon as we turn the heat off, we're going to just remove it back there. Don't mind this other pan over here. This is just, it's Easter weekend, and we're hard boiling with some eggs so the kids can die with it. Yeah, so don't mind. But the hops that I added, I'm going to try to pronounce this name. They're called Hallertau Mental Fruit.
Oh yeah, definitely butchered that.
Hallertau Mental Fruit. How would you say it? How would you say it?
Hallertau middle fruit?
That's what I said. Okay. However you say it, I'm sorry. That's what they are right there. They seem very German, some sort of European, definitely.
Definitely not English.
Never actually used them before, so.
There's
It smells like almost like a spice that I've used before. Like thyme or rosemary or something like that.
Definitely not rosemary, more like thyme. But no.
Getting like a herby, earthy smell. Should be good.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the Mr. Beer Golden Ale.
Really good.
That's the extract. I've heard this is phenomenal by itself. Actually, just the golden ale without adding any grains or anything else to it. I've heard you just take this and add it to boiling water and ferment it, and it's great. So, anyway, we're gonna add that at this point. The golden ale.
Super good. I got it on my fingers. I liked them. It was delicious. I washed their clean fingers now, but I did. See, my hands are all wet still. Not
This is an essential tool if you're brewing with cans of extract right here.
We need a new one.
We need a new one, but
This is an old one.
that's an old one. We need a new one, but yeah, that's essential for brewing with extract.
Or in any kitchen, like, probably waste a lot of food without it. What? Seriously? Don't mind the cat and dog fighting. Literally.
fermenter, the little brown keg, LBK.
Sounds like a serial killer documentary.
This is 1 gallon of semi-cold water. I'm probably gonna have to cool this whole thing down afterward for a little while, because this is gonna be a lager, which needs colder temperatures to ferment. It needs to be. I want to get it right here. Let me check it. This says it'll work anywhere from 48.2 to 71.6, but they suggest in the directions, I want to say they said 53 degrees to 59 degrees Fahrenheit. So, pretty cold as far as fermenting goes. Let's give it a quick stir again. Out. They actually got like dark green. They just look different. Now we pour the hot wort into our fermenter. Cold water until we reach 2 gallons. Quick stir. Any nasties out of there. Yeah, this is still quite hot, about 86 degrees. I'm gonna have to cool this down quite a bit before we add that yeast. So we'll be back when we reach the right temperature. All right, we are back. We have reached a good lagering temperature here. I'm gonna pitch the yeast. It's the Saf Lager W34-70. First we're going to stir it up real good with a whisk. Aerate it. And that is that. I'm gonna put this in a cooler with some frozen water bottles. I'm gonna change out the frozen water bottles every day or so to try to keep this at a consistent 57-ish degrees for 21 days. That's usually about how long I ferment all my beers. About 3 weeks, 21 days. And at that point, we'll check it and see if it's ready for bottling. And real quick, want to give another shout out to 5 Star Chemical, Star Sand. Pick some up. And yeah, that's it. We'll see you next time. Have a good day.